these things stem, reaching out with your space program in such a way that you get people to be engaged, young people to be engaged in harder subjects, not taking the easiest way out in high school or even in college. So that, and it is of course hard because it has no direct monetary value. I can't say we go to Mars and we will mine, I don't know, iridium, and so now we'll have all this extra metal that you'll have. So that's good. The thing is that I do believe that we here in America really like space. I mean, you saw it when the space shuttles were retired, the enthusiasm to wait here in Los Angeles. People waited for hours in the sun to get this machine passing by in the street. I mean, it was a bit like, the folk coming by. I mean, people waited for a person, not for a thing. And apparently that thing represented much more for them than just, a very advanced flying machine.
There are always people that don't believe at the beginning, and that's good because it challenges us to be better and more convince ourselves that what we're doing is actually great and this is our approach. It went back to Copernicus and Kepler and Newton. No one believed them at first, and it was that challenge, them challenging each other, that made them be more secure in their beliefs. And it was also the fact that it took people so long to finally go on their sides that when they did, there was this paradigm shift. And everyone was like, okay, gravity is the thing. Or everyone was like, okay, going to the moon is what we need to do. And I think at one point, that if we try to disperse our targets, at least across the whole world, trying to target as many countries as possible so that within each country there'll be non-believers, then at least we'll have these scientific leaders in each place, and people follow scientists in the community. So these leaders to set the pace, to show that we're making advancements to respond to challenges from the community, then we'll have a chance at setting this paradigm shift that Mars is where we need to go.
So we see the challenge, right? We have big value propositions and big audiences, and yet we may not have the efficiencies on how we communicate our messages. About 2 years ago, maybe a little bit longer, Boeing Corporation led an initiative that we were part of to look at all the value propositions of space exploration and try to find a more clear, succinct way to communicate that value. And one of the problems is that we were creating fiefdoms within Congress, where there was a group of people who were supportive as long as it supported STEM education. And then there was a group of people that might support Mars exploration if it had a defense and higher ground benefit to national defense. And so you had these disparate arguments that you had to communicate, and there wasn't a binding coalition of agreement on what those value propositions were. And so the end result of a larger initiative where we spoke to many influencers, both inside and outside of Washington, was really to come to the conclusion that there were 3 core value propositions in a vision. And that vision was that exploration itself is critical for prosperity and human progress. And if we can commit people to that idea that you can't prosper and progress without exploration, then the natural next step is to explore. And space is one of those next steps. In addition, the value propositions that really command and bring everything together, I think, were knowledge, economic growth, and a better quality of life for all.